Welcome to the Art of Marx Trains, Part 25, a Marx Train Haul. Well, every once in a while I drag home a bunch of Marx, and this one actually came to my doorstep, and it's mostly 6-inch Marx and some accessories, and I'll show you those first. There is a tall searchlight, spotlight, and I don't know if you've seen one of these. I can't remember the number, but look at the large base on that. Single lamp. There's a crossing signal, broken bulb, another yard light, twin bulb. One of them has a interesting inside painted white bulb. There's another switchman tower, and ringing bell, crossing gate, and gantry crane. A little bit of rust on it. There's the bubbling water tower. Looks like everything's intact. I think the glass is not even broken. Got a bulb, everything's there. The 4-yard light, another crossing signal in plastic, a station, not plastic bill. It looks like a Marx, or at least maybe a K-line. I think Marx because of the bright color. Another gantry crane. This one somebody has put a silver necklace for the string. It's interesting. And bunch of 6-inch freight and passenger cars. Let's start with the passenger cars. There's I think that's a 547 baggage mail car, 556 caboose, and then there's a bunch of Pullmans. And it's always fun when you get a bunch of similar items together. You can start comparing things. Like, for instance, the Pullman on the bottom has the 8-wheel trucks with tap and slot couplers. So there's 2 of those that would go together. And I suppose you could add this baggage, which has a similar arrangement. That would give you a 3-car train. Then there's a couple that have the red litho frames. There's a Montclair and a Bogota, and those would definitely go together. And then you've got the silver litho frames, and notice how much closely the wheels are together over the others. So you can start to notice some differences. Also, you can see that this one has joyline couplers. This one has joyline couplers. And this one has joyline couplers. So these 3 red cars with silver litho frames could go together. Kind of fun. I just forgot to tell you about the bumpers. Some Marx bumpers. This one's illuminated. And a little wrecker car. Another one has a silver necklace that replaced the string. Kind of interesting. A couple of 552 gondolas up there. Then the hopper section of the Pennsylvania brown hopper, the 554 hopper. Notice this is also a 554. It's just a different color lithograph. And what's happened is on the blue one, these pieces are cut out. On the red one, it's not cut out, and it really becomes a high side gondola. And before those were made, here's an earlier version of what became the 554 Northern Pacific General Coal Company silver litho frame, B&O gondola. It's a really nice cattle car. It's not bad at all. Then a bunch of tank cars, the 553, mostly Santa Fe's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the Santa Fe's. There's a little imposter here, the 553 Union Tank Car Company. A little bit harder to find than the Santa Fe's. And then a couple of Sinclairs, one in green and one in black. State car that would have held lumber or pipe or something like that. Flat car, or maybe a car missing the top. And a bunch of 567 dump cars. There's 5 of them. And they're just about all identical. They all have a brass colored deck. And sometimes you see copper color or brown decks. Interesting to see 5 in a row that all look the same. There's another silver litho frame car with joyline couplers. This is the caboose. And then there's another 556 caboose, B&O boxcar, Colorado and Southern Reefer. And I think that's pretty much it for the freight cars. Let's go over and look at the locomotive power. We have down at the bottom a Commodore Vanderbilt. This one has 3 domes, nice and glossy. Got a visor on the front. I like those. It comes with a wedge tender. It's pretty nice. Although those may have not gone together. It looks like it has the earlier motor with the 2-piece pickup and the spoke wheels. But yet this wedge tender has plastic wheels. So it may be that the plastic version went with this, looks like a 598. So we'll put this little wagon top tender with the Commodore. Then we have a nice little barrel flat car, another 556 caboose. And here's a custom paint job. This is kind of fun. It's a $9.99 die cast in red, and somebody did a pretty good job. The tender is lettered for Lower Michigan Rail, and then there's a matching caboose that says Lower Michigan Rail. Somebody's put saran wrap for the windows, and it looks like it was restored by Johnson, it says. So that's kind of neat. That's a fun thing to have in the collection. And then here's another run-of-the-mill $9.99 that hasn't been altered. And behind it is a New York Central slope-back tender. Those certainly don't go together. So that's a look at that. And the last thing is just a box of track. Let's see what we got here. Got turnouts, lots of turnouts, manual and electric. There's what's left of a crossing shanty. Looks like some good parts there. More track, a couple more pairs of switches, and more switches and controls. Looks like legs for the gantry crane. And I don't see anything else. No more switches on the bottom. So that's pretty interesting. That's a lot of Marx stuff in one haul. I hope you enjoyed watching that. I'll give you one more look at the freight cars. Oh, I missed this plastic freight car. It looks like it's out of place. It's the Erie 4528 without clips on it for the tractors or holes. And kind of interesting, it has tab and slot couplers. That's all factory. There was some made that way. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next edition of The Art of Marx Trains.